Hey dolphins! Welcome to my hair dyeing experiment. This is Angora Mohair on a skin. I am going to dye it with human hair dye. And I'm basically going to act like it's a human scalp. That's why I have human hair dye. Some people I've seen have dyed hair using a paintbrush, actually. You can use a paintbrush to apply the human hair dye. But since this is on a skin, I want to leave it on there so I'll lose as less hair as possible, and I'm going to just maneuver it like it's human hair. And I'm not going to use all of it. I'm going to save some of it because I'm afraid maybe I won't like the color or something. Let's see, I'm just going to cut a section off and just let that be my hair section. Hopefully it'll be enough to make a whole wig. I think it should. Oh, and just to let you know, I bought a second box of dye. I got 2 of them just in case I want to dye some more hair later. I think it would be perfect if I could just like save my dye bottle from the box, but I hear that you can't keep it and store it. You have to pretty much discard it when you're done. I guess it doesn't keep, so that's why I got 2. I want to show you how I cut a fur pelt. You don't just hack across it with scissors. You'll lose some hair that way. So use a craft knife and you just sort of go along it, just like that, from the bottom. So I'm just trying to decide which side I want to cut from because I want the longest hair I can get. And I'm hoping it's, I guess, yeah, it's roughly all the same length, so maybe it really doesn't matter if I take it from this side, or the middle. So I'm just going to take it from this side. So here we go. I'm gonna go a little further than this line right here. So just cut across it. I don't know how tough this is gonna be. You might want to make sure that your craft knife is nice and fresh blade. There you go. Just hack through it a little bit. You will lose a little bit of hair, but that's okay. While I'm cutting, I'm just gonna kind of let you know about setting up. I want you to try to be as tidy as possible, like just take whatever tidy precaution that you can. If you're going to do the exact same thing as me here, if you're dyeing hair on a skin. I'm using an old cheap table that has now become a crafting table. So I don't care if I get stained, if it gets paint on it or anything. But if you're using your good kitchen table, then do cover it in lots of plastic and tin foil and paper and whatever it takes to protect the table from the dye. Here we go, look, see? Then it comes apart. The hair was bonding together at that point, so just pull it apart very gently, and there we go. I've cut off a little square of hair, and I hope that'll be all I'll need to make a doll wig. It looks like a lot, so I don't know. I don't know how this is going to come out. It may not be enough. So now I can save this for later, for future wigs. This is my work surface right there. Yeah, I kind of don't know how to approach this. You can approach it with a paintbrush or something. The hair dye instruction says to kind of ponytail them together. It's assuming it's on a human head though. Okay, now as you can see, I have clipped them all into these little ponytails. Maybe it'll be more easy to work with, I don't know. I'm going to mix up my my dye stuff now, just the way the instruction says to do it. I am mixing up the dye now. You're supposed to shake it for a while. So I'm going to be here shaking it. This is golden blonde dye, by the way. And then you just kind of rub it in, I guess, like that. We're going to start around the roots. And then, as I said in a previous video, I think having this hair on the pelt is going to make a good hair dispenser for me, I hope. That's why I'm not cutting the hair off and making those little glued wefts like we usually do. If it can just at least put a little bit of color into this hair, then I'll be happy. Because it's just a little bit too pale for my Lamb Rain character right now. This doesn't look quite right with his face up. We're we're massaging it into the bases of the locks. I'm thinking of it as like trees growing out of the ground. And we're first dyeing the roots of the trees. I always have to think of things in funny ways like that. Metaphorical ways. I'm going to go ahead and take this clip off. And I'm going to dye this whole thing. Basically what we've done here is we've divided this block of crazy hair into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 categories or groups. And then we're going to, we're going to saturate all of the roots of each group, and then we go to the rest of the hair. That's what I'm finding out now. This is what we're doing. And then we're going to slick it along the rest of the hair just like this. And this may or may not be like the perfect way to saturate all of the hair, but I'm okay with that. If it turns out that it's got some weird little non-dyed hairs somewhere in there, it's okay, I'll live. So basically that's it. I think I've showed you the gist of it. So, saturate all the roots and then do the rest of it. Do these little ponytails. And then afterward, you're going to let it sit for about 45 minutes. That's what the directions said for my box. You might get a different brand. It might say something else. Just follow the directions. And then after 45 minutes, then I'm going to go rinse it in warm water and take whatever necessary precautions you need to be tidy with that. You might have to use your bathtub, or if you have a stainless steel sink. This is human hair dye, so they're assuming that you're going to be using the shower to rinse it. So I assume your bathtub will be fine for rinsing. Just be very tidy. Wear gloves. Wear an apron. That's what I'm doing. I'm wearing an apron because I just didn't know how messy this would be. Right now I'm finding that this is actually kind of easy, and I kind of have high hopes for this. This is my first time, as I said, so I really didn't know what to expect, but now that I've done this like that, I feel pretty good about this, and it's not really too messy right now either, so I feel good. Also keep in mind that this hair is natural, and that's another reason why we're using human hair dye. This is the hair of a goat. So I would not try this with synthetic hair. Just to let you know. There are synthetic hair dyes out there though that I've seen actually, so look for that if you have a plastic hair wig that you want to try dyeing. Obviously, a lot of the clothes we have today are made from synthetic fibers. Most of the clothes, actually, I would say. So that's why they must be developing some good synthetic dyes that we can use for that kind of thing. Alright, I think I've just about got it covered. Looks like there's a lot of hair in here that's been untouched with some dye, so I can't guarantee that I'm actually going to reach every hair, so there might be some deviations. I just hope that it doesn't look too unnatural in the finished product, in the wig. I don't want to mat the hair up, so I really don't want to like agitate it. That's why I'm just slicking my hands across it. I press down and I just kind of try to separate it just by pressing in a little bit. I'm just a little bit worried that there's some dry hairs in there still that I'm not getting. But I'm not going to be too disappointed, hopefully. Alright, well I think you've seen it. I'm probably going to mess with this a little bit more. I'm going to put my timer on for 45 minutes. And then I'm going to rinse. So just rinse it, and then afterward we're going to put a conditioner on it that the box came with. So I can show you me doing that. So I will see you then. Okay, it has been about 30 minutes. I decided to quit after 30 minutes. I'm afraid it'll get too dark or something. And now it's time to rinse, so let's get the water on warm. For any of these crafting jobs, it's actually really a good idea to have a big box of like 100 rubber gloves. So as you can see, I just used the gloves from the dye box, but now I've taken those off, and while I was waiting, and I switched to my regular rubber gloves. And let's start rinsing. I can't wait to see the results. I'm just gonna rinse until I see no more color coming out. I don't see too much color coming out anyway. So I'm really not sure how this is going to turn out. I'm cupping it in my hands so it can be in a nice pool, and maybe that'll help to get all the dye out. Alright, I don't think I see any more dye, so now I'm going to apply the conditioner, and at least more dye will come out when I'm rinsing that. Just squeezing it like that. Right, now we're going to apply some conditioner. So here we go. The stuff comes with a package. So I'm going to use, you can use your hair conditioner too, I don't see why not. This hair is going to smell like a salon all the time. Just because once we make the wig, it really doesn't get washed anymore. Alright, now it says to let this sit for about 2 minutes. So I'll see you in 2 minutes. Alright, it's been 2 minutes. Now let's rinse it again, and then we'll lay it out to dry. I'm so excited to see how it looks. Alright, now there it is. I'm not sure if I should lay this flat or hang it up to dry, to tell the truth. But that's what I have now. So, yeah, I'm gonna go, do something with it so that it can dry, and I'm sure it will be overnight, and I will see you tomorrow with the result. See you then. Welcome to the ending result of my wig dyeing experiment for Angora Mohair. This is the before hair, and this is the after hair. The first thing that I noticed about this hair after it dried was that it turned out calmer. See how it's flat and it's really tame? We'll see how fluffy this is too. This is, if you cut it off like right here, then that's like the same amount of hair. I think that if you want to get some hair like this, and if you want to calm it down, then all you need to do is wash it with some human hair conditioner, like in the kitchen sink or something. And then after it dries, it should turn out like this. This is a result of the conditioner that came with the hair dye and not the dye itself. So yeah, just condition it and it should turn out like this, and just cut your locks off and just use it as it is, and I think it'll be great. And I am very happy with this color. I'm pretty sure this is the color that I need. Wait, this is uncombed, believe it or not, and I just love it. There are some little places where I can tell it's kind of matty, maybe because I was agitating it a little bit when I was dyeing it. It's just so shiny. It's still very, very shiny even though I've dyed it, and it's just great. I'm so excited. Can't wait to see how the wig turns out.